I was reading some of this interview about Toriyama. You know how Toriyama was talking about Goku's mother being on some kind of bonus or something like that. Um, Most of the question basically was about the Saiyans and Bardock, and I found some of the questions that he was asking Toriyama quite interesting. And the question that I found interesting was, the guy asked him, "Are we going to see more Bardock in action?" And he was like, unfortunately, Bardock has been dead some quite time, so you won't be able to see him in action except in stories of the past. There is a trick of having Shenron bring him back to life, but by this point, his battle power isn't high enough. So me thinks would be would be difficult. So what he's saying is it would be like very difficult to bring Bardock back right now. It says like we're in the middle of the battle of the gods right now. Because there's a rumor that we might see a battle of gods too. So what he's trying to say is bringing Bardock back right now would be a little bit difficult because he isn't strong enough, and he think it would be difficult for him. And I know I'm not Toriyama, and like I said, I am a fan of his work, and I know it's easy for me to say because I'm not the guy who's doing all the drawing, all the producing, or whatever he's doing with the Dragon Ball Z. But you say you have a hard time, like it might be difficult for you to bring Bardock back. Why not listen to some of your fans out there to give you some advice on how to bring Bardock back? Like, why don't you just send up a Q&A question to your fans out there and, just ask the Dragon Ball Z fans out there, how do you guys think I should bring Bardock back? And I'm sure some of the Dragon Ball Z fans out there, such as myself, might give you a good idea about it. Like, you don't really have to do exactly what we say, but kind of listen to what people saying to you and saying like, oh, okay, this person said I should bring him back this way. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way, but I still like that idea. So Toriyama, you can do it that way, man. Like, ask the Dragon Ball Z fans out there, because I'm sure, man, you would get a lot of good advice for some of the Dragon Ball Z fans out there. But I know he's not going to take the time to do that, though. But take advice from me. I mean, I know I'm just a regular old YouTube user, and I know I'm not all that big on YouTube. But if I were to bring Bardock back, this is how I would do. I mean, yes, bringing him back right now, he wouldn't really be that much of a help. So what do you do with a guy like Bardock when you bring him back? Okay, this is how I would do it. Okay, not only that you wish Bardock back, but at least have a reason why Bardock is strong. Bring Bardock back as a Super Saiyan something, but you have to explain like how he became a Super Saiyan. Like, say like Bardock's been dead for years and he's been in hell, but he was on good behavior and he went to other worlds like Goku did and just trained for a very long time. That's how he was able to become a Super Saiyan 3 or 2 or whatever you decide to make him. Do it that way. It would make more sense. Do it. Like, because I know by bringing him back right now, and people be like, okay, what's the point of bringing Bardock back, though? He's still the same. He's still on the same level as he was when he died. But you don't have to do it that way. Bring him back as a Super Saiyan something or whatever. Fit him in with the role with Goku and them, and just say the reason why he became a Super Saiyan 3 because he was in other world training. Since he's been dead, I think it would make sense. He was training with his son. He was training with Raditz. Him and Raditz was training, or he was training with Pycon. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. That's how I would explain on how Bardock gotten strong over these years. Coming back from the dead, is that he's been training in other worlds. He's been in more intense training. He was in the same world that Goku was when Goku went up against Pycon. And that's how Goku became a Super Saiyan 3, because he's been in a lot of fights, in the other world. So I think that would make sense on bringing Bardock back as a Super Saiyan 3 or whatever, something. It would make sense, but it has to be explained well, and I think that would be a good idea. So bringing Bardock back would not be that difficult. It's the same thing about bringing Raditz back. Oh, Raditz is back as a Super Saiyan 1. why is he a Super Saiyan 1? Just explain how he became a Super Saiyan 1. He was on good behavior in hell or something. Just write it out. Raditz was on good behavior, and he went to the other worlds, because he heard about his brother Goku was in the other world training, getting strong. So he was on good behavior, and he wanted to go there himself. Now, they said when all Saiyan died, they all don't go to the same place, though, which that is true. But I would write it out that Raditz and Bardock was on good behavior or something. Because I know this sounds silly, but that's how I would write it out. They was on good behavior, and somehow, they let these guys go and travel to other world and train with other fighters. That's how I would bring Bardock back. Maybe my idea was bad, I don't know, but you guys tell me. I think that's a great idea, though. But what do you guys think? How would you guys bring Bardock back? Toriyama said it would be difficult, but I don't think it would be all that difficult. I think it would be really simple to bring him back. You just have to take the time and explain, though. So what do you guys think? How do you guys think how Toriyama should bring Bardock back? Wish him back, and then explain how he became a Super Saiyan something. That's how I would do it. I would do a little bit of flashback in the past and saying this is how Bardock got strong. It makes sense. But I don't know. I just don't see how it would be this difficult.